Hello, and welcome to Bees and Tea Stitching. I'm your host, Sebastian. Selena is asleep on the bed, so she's most likely not going to join us today, but we'll see. So, welcome. This is my little corner of the internet where I talk about cross stitch, my cat, my sleeping cat, life, all that good stuff. Excuse me. So, just a quick life update. Nothing really huge. Arsenal, my team. We did end up this soccer or football for English soccer, but they did win the Premier League. But unfortunately, excuse me, they did lose the Champions League to PSG, Paris Saint Germain. So you know, oh well, that was sad, but still, first Premier League win in 22 years. So yay. Um, me personally, honestly, nothing much is going on. It's just a lot of the same old, same old. So, you know. Um, yeah, that's about all I can think of for that. I still do not have any. Well, I started something last week, but you saw that, which I'll show you again this week. No finishes, no FFOs. So, kind of that's kind of same old for me too. I do have one little piece of haul. Um, and yeah, that'll be about it. And I don't quite have as much this week because I have a couple of things that I'm working on that I'm doing more than 250 stitches on because they kind of need some of them, a couple of them kind of have a little bit of a soft timeline, and I'll explain that when I get to them. So I've been working on a few less things, but doing a few more stitches on a few less things. If that made any sense. Hopefully that made sense. It did in my head. So, oh, and we'll do the tea of the week. This is the Tao of Tea, Italian Earl Grey. I made it a milky Earl Grey because I just happen to have milk. Let's give this a try here. I'm not sure that it benefits from the milk as much as like a Milky Builder's tea does. It's not bad. It's good. I mean, I drink it, but maybe I added too much milk to it. Either it's not a super strong tea, which I haven't had a lot of this yet. I think I've only had a cup or two. Or I just added too much milk. So, oh well, that's all right. Like I said, I'll still drink it. It's not bad. It's just maybe not the best I've had. So, and it has nothing to, and I don't think it's the tea. I don't think that's the tea's issue. I think that's my issue. So, anyway, let's get to the actual stitching. And there it is, my handy dandy little fire tablet, which is upside down. There you go. And I will get this started. The first one here, view PDF, there we go. So this is the one that I started last week with Kate, who's Aardvark Stitcher on Instagram, and half of Fickle Stitches on YouTube. Definitely go watch them. Fickle Stitches is hilarious. Those two are great. So it was World Otter Day on the 27th, I believe it was. And so we got online and started this. I think it was maybe a little bit before midnight, but still. There we go. So this is Paid Free Crafts, Sea Otter by Dave Bartholet. Okay, now I have to do it again. There we go. That's how I want it to look. So, what I'm doing is, she's doing the whole thing. I have a fabric where I am just going to be doing the otter. It's going to be a little tricky because I'm going to have to figure out, where the otter, ends and all that good stuff, but I'll figure it out. Right now, I'm kind of in here. I've figured out by looking at the some of the colors there, because you really can't tell where I am if I didn't do it that way, because it is nothing but a little blob, and that is all fallen out. All right, so this is why I can go ahead and do it with just the otter, because I have this great fabric that was a bit tough to get, but I did. So this is, let me do this here. This is 500 stitches. Um, I mean, as you can tell, I'm just kind of moving. So this is kind of the underneath of the chin here. And I believe this is the arm coming across here. So, but you can't really see anything yet. It is just a blob of colors. Uh, excuse me. This is, of course, all the called for colors. Um, the fabric is one that I got from a dyer in, it's 18 count. Yeah, it was 18 count. I got from a dyer in, um, England somewhere. And I saw the fabric and I was like, this is the perfect fabric. And it took a little back and forth um, to get her to send it to me because she knew that there were going to be issues with tariffs and such, and I'm like, look, this is the perfect fabric. I will pay for that. And honestly, it didn't end up being that bad. It really didn't. I thought it was the way she made it sound. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. It really wasn't that bad. But yeah, so that is it just called Sea Otter? Yeah, sea otter. Okay, so yes, that is sea otter. That's going to be one I'm going to have to keep up with. I'm pretty sure that she is. I think I'm further along, but again, she's up in the corner. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Well, so here's the problem. I can tell you that I'm 0.43% done, but I'm really not because I'm not doing the background. But I don't know what to mark off because I don't know what's the otter and what's not. So I'm not gonna have an accurate I may not ever have an accurate um depiction of, what how much stitching I have left. I would love to try to find an edge, go all the way around it, and mark off there. But I don't know that that's going to happen. I really am not sure that's going to happen. So, um, we'll see. This is just going to be we're going to go forward and we're going to see what happens. If I'm able to do that, great. If I'm not, I'm just never going to have an accurate number. And oh well, not a big deal. I mean, I wouldn't have an accurate number if I wasn't using Pattern Keeper anyway, so, it's not like I have patterns that don't use Pattern Keeper, so I don't know how much I have left on them. So yeah, there you go. All right, the second one. Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot. This is a really cool, wow, my mind just blanked on this one. Tote bags. There we go. Tote bags. At least a little bit sort of related because at least it's water. This one has nothing to do with what's inside of it. This is a Def Leppard bag from Black Cat Egg Stitchery. Very cool. I believe did I get this on Etsy or did I get this at a retreat? I don't remember. I I think I got it at a retreat. I don't think I got it online, but I would bet money that they are on Etsy. I believe they are. So, anyway, so view the PDF on this one. This is, I always get the name wrong. I always want to call it Slightly Interesting Times, but it's actually called Wishful Thinking by, there we go, by Long Dog Sampler. That was their freebie. Again, I don't know whether it's still a freebie or not. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. So obviously there are no call for colors on this one, but this is a 18 count unknown that was in my stash. There you go. So I actually did move it over. You can kind of see on the back here where I was. You can see the start over here. So I am shifting over and I have, was this May We Less Enter, I believe is what I have. So But yeah, so that is what I have. Let's see, Tiffany Robish. Sorry, I said that wrong probably. So that cat extra tree. If this works, you can try to take a picture of that. And the thread is Live and Die LA Strange. 100 yards of it. Looks like it was SR2201. I don't know if she still has that or not. But it's a very cool fabric. Thread. It's based on the colors of Doctor Strange, which is why it's called that. So, there you go. So, this one was called for 2/1 on 18 count. This one is... No, I'm sorry, this is not 18 count. This is... I believe this is 3/1 on a 14 count. I apologize. Unknown, kind of pinky purple fabric that was in my thread, in my stash. So, there you go. That is not Less Interesting Times. That is wishful thinking. One of these days I will actually get the title of it right. But not today, apparently. So, alright. This one, I need to show a picture for you guys because it is not, for whatever reason, it is not in Pattern Keeper. The pattern's in Pattern Keeper, but the picture is not, and I don't know why. I'm having to go further and further back to find it. Shoot. There it is. Okay. I'm going to have to take another picture so I don't have to keep going back further to find it. This is Next Level Stitching. There we go. Oh, I forgot to say, in a really cool Vicky StitchNButton bag. Oh, Happy Pride Month. I forgot to say that. Now I remember. But yeah, Happy Pride Month. Hi, I'm Sebastian. I'm a trans guy. And he, him. There you go. I should have said that at the very beginning, but oh well, here we are. So, cool rainbowy bag. So this is Next Level Stitching to the World. Come on. Come on. There we go. You can't really see the writing at the bottom, but, boy. Boy, I does not want to. Anyway, there is writing at the bottom that says to the world. So you've got the angel and the demon wings of the little, glass of champagne, and says to the world. Obviously, this is Good Omens, because that is something I am obsessed with. This is one of the ones that has a soft timeline. So there's a group of people who do online conventions, retreats, get-togethers on at certain times of the year that are Good Omen related, and so they're going to have a kind of an art display, and I would like to get that done for this, get this done for that. There you go. So I still have a little bit of time. I don't think it's till July. I think I'll double check. But anyway, so I do have a good bit of time left on that. So as you can tell, kind of tell, I have obviously the whole angel outline done, and I have filled the white in up to this part. So all I have is this part up here. I think I might go ahead and go to the glass of champagne for two reasons. Two reasons. There we go. First, it's gonna make finding how far I have to go over for the demon easier, and second, it's just gonna break up all this because I've been doing nothing but fill in for like 3 weeks now, something like that. And so yeah, I could really use a break from just doing that. So this is 3/1 on a 14 count. No, I'm sorry. No, this is 2/1. I think the black is 3/1, but the white is 2/1 on This is actually an 18 count. I apologize. This is one of my Fortnites. So shiny, 18 count Fortnite fabrics, shiny. I kind of wish I had had a slightly darker fabric, but oh well, such is life. So that is that. It is 1,250 out of 3,259. I am 38.36% done. And that is the called for colors. So, yay. So yeah, 38% done. Over the third of the way done. And so I don't think there's going to be too much of a trouble getting that one done before the what was it called? Hold on. I'm gonna open this up just so I can remember what it's called. Whoops, I apologize for the noise. The Ineffable Con. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, it's not till... The con is until August. The deadline is the 3rd of July, it looks like. So there you go. Alright. So that seems to be my timeline. So yeah, I got plenty of time on this one. I mean, I'm not going to dilly-dally on it because if I stop stitching it, I'm not going to get back to it and then I won't get there in time. So, I definitely want to go ahead and, make sure that that gets done. Alright. That is... Yes. Okay, so that is everything I need for my pattern keeper, I do believe. And so it's half and half. 3 that need pattern keeper, 3 that don't. So, bagels. That is also a Vicky StitchNButton bag. Because bagels. I have a good friend of mine who has beagles, and so I always see that and look and think about him and his dog, his sweetheart. So this is American Pride by RATM, and damn, this shit's getting like torn up. But oh yeah, I forgot. I do apologize again. So I'll show you my really ugly back because I have actually moved. I have finished the blue. So I have all of this blue done. Excuse me. So all I've got is the red, white, and gold left. You can see just a little bit. There we go. The end of the... There we go. There's the end of the blue there. And so I am definitely over halfway done now. I am absolutely past the 50% point. Probably not much past the 50% point, but I'm past it. So yeah, there we go. So that was done. I'm now working on this. So this is where the page break was. And I know there's going to be a mark there, but oh well. It is what it is. So, but yeah. So I am going to go to the... I've already worked a little bit on the second page of the pattern. So, yeah, that is that one. That is not the called for colors. 2 over 1 on an 18 count Stormy Night, I believe, by Zweigert. Yes, a Zweigert Stormy Night. There you go. And that is my work email. If you heard that, I apologize. But it is a meeting that I am not going to, so I don't care. Oh, it also helps if I put this back. It's not like I'm not using it because I have the printed pattern. Oh yeah, also a little life update, which has nothing to do with anybody but just a little point of interest. I don't remember if I mentioned it, but I found a few weeks ago my printer on the floor. I don't know whether the cat knocked it off or what. And you can't really see it. It's over here, but it's kind of behind some stuff. But I do have a new printer. Yay. So the I'll show you the one in a second, but I got behind on this other project because I couldn't print out the pattern, and so that's the reason why. Well, actually, let me just go ahead and show this to you right now. So this is the Sherlock Holmes Mystery Cell by Alforst. And so what had happened is, for whatever reason, with a bit of trouble, the first pattern went into Pattern Keeper. The second and the third have not, so I've had to print them out. So when the second one came out, so I guess it was about 3 weeks ago. The printer was broken. I couldn't print that out, and I couldn't do it on Pattern Keeper, so I could not really work on it, and so I fell behind. And so now I am continuing to catch up, this is the second one that kind of has um a soft ending to it, because I'm trying to get caught up and stay up to date with the releases, which is something I don't know that I have ever been able to do with any Sal. And so I'm really trying to do it in this one. Um, I think it's going until I think it's every 2 weeks until, like, I want to say it's like till January. It's a lot. I don't know that doesn't make any sense though. But it just doesn't seem like there'd be enough space. But anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about that. Maybe it's earlier than January, but so yeah, this one I'm kind of trying to do a soft start on. Do I have? I'll tell you what. It might just be easiest to go to Alforest, um, and show you what it looks like there, because obviously I don't have a picture of what it looks like right now, like what's been released so far. So let me scroll. I guess that's all the way down. Yep, there we go. Okay, now mine is not going to look exactly the same because I am not on this fabric, and I am not, unfortunately, using the Alforest threads. I would have loved to, but they cost too much. So there we go. So this was the first part. The name and the door was the second, and then these two things on the side, the two people, the lamppost, and this little brick here, that's all the third. And so I am on the third part. I am at the point of doing the one that is released now. But if they keep to the 2 week schedule, I've got 9 days to finish, and it's gonna be close. I don't know if I can do it. So as you can see, I've got the first part up here. This is the called for DMC replacements. DMC, yeah, version. Anyway, so this is the first part. This is the second. Let me tell you, this and this little bit of it says 221. You can't really see it, but these little bits of backstitch are a pain in the ass. So I am hoping there's not too much more backstitch, but we'll see. So I have, and you can tell there is actually some backstitch here on the violin string and the bowstring. But so yeah, I've got that part of part 3 done, and I have just started the little lens over here. So I've still got the 2 lampposts, the 2 people, and the little bit of brick down there. So it's a lot to do in 9 days. Like I said, if they're sticking to the same amount of time, which so far they have. It looks like they've been doing it 2 weeks. So this is the one that I have been doing much more than 250 project on. So for anybody who might be new, last year I was trying to touch everything, and I was trying to do at least 500 stitches on every project, which I did for everyone but 2, which those 2 will probably end up being FFO'd, but that's a future Mies issue. So this year I'm not necessarily touching everything. but I'm trying to do 250 at a time, just so I don't get burnt out on the projects. Um, so yeah, for the most of these, you're gonna see them in little chunks of 250, except like I said, for this one and for the feathers for the good omens. So there you go. This one you will see larger chunks of stitching done on it. So this is the 2/1 called for DMC replacements on, I believe this is also the 18 Cal Stormy Night. So I must have had a nice big chunk of that. It's a nice fabric. So, all right, that is one Sherlock, and I do have one other Sherlock. This is the last thing I have to show you stitch-wise. So there you go. Other than the little thingy I got in the mail, a little happy mail. Excuse me. Must be allergies or something today. Something has got me going. I mean, like I said, it's good. I just don't know that it necessarily benefited from the milk in it. So, anyway, this is, I believe, a StitchNButton bag. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 98% sure it is a StitchNButton bag. And in here is the other Sherlock. I did not actually mean to put them back to back, but hey, I did. So, this is the Forbidden Fiber Co. Hashtag not sponsored. However improbable. So this was a mystery Sherlock Holmes stitch along. It's black and white because you open the little envelopes. There we go. That's the last envelope. So you open the envelopes, find out what color it is, and you had a little clue as to who killed the lady. I forgot her name. That has already been solved. I did not solve it. Oh well, you know. So this is all the called fors on all the called for Forbidden Fiber Co. on the called for Forbidden Fiber Co. Fabric, because it is all their pattern and their whole kit. So it is just going to be a lot of black. I mean, that's all it's going to be for like a long time. That's another reason. This is a third one that might get more than 250 stitches a go, because yeah, I mean, I've got an entire door of black. You can kind of see some of it. So all that has to be black. So um I might, boy, that looks, the coverage looks a lot worse in here than it does when you actually look at it. I don't know why the video seems to be making the stitching look worse. But anyway, so yeah, that is a whole lot of fill-in that has to be done. And so, yeah. It's just going to be a lot of stitching, and I will get it done eventually. One of these days. But yeah, so there is a friend of mine who is a Sherlock Holmes fan that I've been talking to online, and I did not realize this until after we were talking a little bit. Apparently, not only is she a cross stitcher, she is also doing this one and the Al Forest one. So she's further along on the Forbidden Fiber. I think she's going from the bottom up, which, you know, same difference. But I think I'm actually further in the Al Forest. So, you know. But yeah, I thought that was extraordinarily funny. She was showing me pictures, and I'm like, no shit. I'm doing the exact same thing. So I think we both got a bit of a laugh out of that. Okay. That is good. And I do also have some shortbread for when I'm done. So, okay. Now, the only thing Happy Mail wise I got, because, you know, Vicky is apparently my drug dealer. Look at this, but look, it's got a Doctor Strange over here. Look, Doctor Strange. Isn't it cute? Look at this, you poodle. Anyway, so we got this cool marble fabric. She swears I got this, but I can't find it for the life of me. And so it's got a little hint of strange face over here. There he is. Look at that little face. But yeah, just a kind of a basic inside. What does that sticker say? Hold on. Is that a sticker or is that a little Oh, it is a sticker. Hold on. I can't talk to you today. I talked to two people yesterday. There we go. Awesome. Oh well, what was it that it came in? It's like I don't know. I'll have to take a look, but and it looks like this is a little enjoy a chart magnet. Oh, that's cute. A little ducky chart magnet. Oh, sweet. But yeah, so little a couple of extra things, but and I do like these little project cards she puts in there. So you've got designer name, designer, or design name, designer, fabric, start date, finish date. So those are kind of cool. But yeah, so Marvel bag, Marvel bag. It's a really big Marvel bag. It's not that big, but anyway. Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait for the copyright because that was so good. Yeah, no. Anyways, so that is about it. Not really much else going on, like I said. Not much going on next week as far as I can think of. So shouldn't be anything special going on. Oh gosh, I'm trying so hard. Um because I won the that gift card from um Kate, well, I should say from Fickle Stitches. I kitted up a couple things, and I'm really kind of jonesing to start them, but I'm not. I've got Byron Blackbird, I've got Eleanor Rigby, and Raven Bewitched, I believe, is the third one. So I already had all three of the patterns. I just needed some of the fabric. I mean, some of the thread. So all they need is fabric, and they'll be done. So I'm really kind of jonesing to start Eleanor Rigby because um I've had all of the um what were they called? What was the series called? I forgot. The Blackbird series that has all the um not Long and Winding Road. It was the damn, that's gonna bug me. Anyway, the series that the six the Blackbird okay, speak. The six Blackbird designed Beatles themed stitches. I have all six of them. I've actually done Blackbird because it's really small. And so that one was kind of done. That one's been done. I don't really have any. I don't necessarily want to do them like on the same fabric or anything like that, or even necessarily the same size fabric. Um, I'm just kind of do them as I do them. The Blackbird was probably done on 14, knowing me, because I did it a while ago, and 14 was kind of my go-to for a while. I don't know yet. I'll have to go look. Um, but yeah, I'm really, really kind of jonesing to start Eleanor Rigby, but I've not done it so far because I did just start the Otter, which is huge. Eleanor Rigby's about this. I think it's the second smallest. It's not very big, um, but yeah. So that's a maybe, but we'll see. So far, I've held off in starting it, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to. So, if I have a new start next week, then you'll know what happened. I caved. Yeah. Okay. I guess that's about all. Um, if you could please like, comment, subscribe. Um, that helps. I don't get paid for this. It just helps the algorithm. Um, and so liking and subscribing and all that. Um, definitely helps me out. I really appreciate that. I do read every single comment. I'm really bad about responding. I only had one last week, so um, you know, um, not a big deal. It's the comments have kind of slacked off a bit from what they used to be, but that's okay. You know, I really do appreciate them. Like any sort of thing you want to say. If you have a question, I'll definitely answer it. If you have a suggestion, I am definitely up for, any sort of constructive criticism, obviously. Um, Anything like that. If you want to just tell me I'm ugly, I'd rather you not, but I mean, it'd be a comment at least. So, anyway, so like, comment, subscribe, please. I do have a coffee, Ko-Fi, whatever you call it, below. If you guys want to buy me a coffee, obviously no pressure on that, just if you want to. I think that's about it. And yeah, sorry we didn't get any Selena. I'm pretty sure that she is probably dead asleep on the bed right now, and what she's off in her dreamland. You know how cats are. They sleep however many hours a day, what, like 16, 18, whatever it is. So yeah, she's in one of the sleep cycles right now. Okay. I guess that's so from me and from an absent Selena. We will talk to you guys next week. Bye.